Alright guys, we have done it. We have arrived at the end of the year and you guys know what this means. It is time for me to reveal to you my picks for the very best films of 2015. Guys, I love this. I love this time of the year so much. I love putting together my top 10 list, although it is so incredibly difficult every single year. I love doing this. I love looking back on the best of the year in film. And I am here to bring you my list today. I'm so pumped. I can't wait to read you guys my picks. And 2015 was we had another great year for film. I do not think it is as good as last year. Last year was unbelievably good, okay? Crazy good. This year was right below it, though. We had a lot of great movies. We had bad movies, but of course the great overpowered the bad, and I'm going to share you my picks with my favorite movies in this video right now. Guys, I am on Letterboxd. Autobot Mike 18, follow me. I ended up seeing 61 movies this year, either in the theater or at home on Blu-ray. I am so proud of that number, and I cannot wait to share with you my picks for the best of the year. It was so hard. I flipped and flopped the order on this list so much, but I couldn't help it. Real quick, guys, before I get into my picks, and as you guys know, I am timed. I have to do this in under 15 minutes because of what happened a few days ago, so I have to rush this. I'm sorry about that. If you want to hear me elaborate on my picks down below in the comments, I will do that. Two things I have to get into real quick before I get into my honorable mentions and then my picks. Number one, I did not see every movie that came out this year so far. I still have not seen The Big Short, Beasts of No Nation, Z for Zachariah, a couple other, Anomalisa, okay? I missed a lot of those movies, so if you don't see them on this list, know that I didn't leave them off. I just haven't seen them yet. And the second thing, guys, know, please respect my opinion. This is my personal subjective list. These are the films that hit me hardest the most. These are some of my best theater experiences of the year. These are the movies that affected me emotionally. I couldn't stop thinking about these movies for weeks. That is why these films have earned a list on my top 10 list. And of course, as always, I want to hear your picks for your top 10 list or your top 5 or whatever down below in the comments. Get a discussion going. Guys, let's get started. Coming in, before honorable mentions, I have 6 movies that got knocked off the list. I have to just give them shout-outs really quickly because I love them all. First up, Straight Outta Compton. Excellent biopic. Good Night Mommy. Dope. The Fear of 13 is a documentary I saw with my doc class in the city. It is one of the most haunting experiences I had in a theater all year long. Check it out, Google it. It is an incredible movie. Just missed the list. The Fear of 13 is what it's called. Steve Jobs, just missed. And Mission Impossible Rogue Nation. They all just missed the list. I regret to inform you guys of that, but that's how it has to go. So, let's get into honorable mentions. Those are my 6 that just missed the list. I have 5, count them, 5 honorable mentions that I am going to rattle off really quickly before I get into my picks for the best of the year. Coming in at my first honorable mention, number 15, if you want to look at it, is Joel Edgerton's The Gift. A creepy, eerie suspense thriller. Worked so incredibly well. Excellent directorial debut for Joel Edgerton. Excellent performances. And one of the most hauntingly disturbing endings and brilliant endings I've seen in a movie all year long. I absolutely love The Gift. Huge surprise. I thought this movie was going to suck ass, but it was awesome. Love The Gift. Coming in at my second honorable mention, number 14, is Ex Machina. A24 continues their hot streak of giving us excellent film after film with this incredibly exciting, touching story that really just says so much about humanity, told through the perspective of an AI, essentially, for a good majority of it. Excellent performances. Alicia Vikander, Oscar Isaac, excellent hot streak he's on. This movie also had one of the best endings of the year. Ex Machina is incredibly exciting throughout. Coming in at number 13, my third honorable mention of this year. A lot of you are going to be shocked this movie missed the list, but I saw 12 other movies I liked a little bit more. Number 13 is Spotlight. Wow, this movie blew me away in terms of performances. The directing was spot on by Tom McCarthy, but what worked so well with this movie was how incredibly thorough it delved into investigative journalism. It made things so exciting. The dialogue, the conflicts between these characters as they're trying to tell this story, it's all based on true events. I loved Spotlight for all of those reasons. Spotlight, incredible movie. That's number 13. Coming in at number 12, a movie that is one of the most twisted things I've watched all year long. This messed with my head for days. Coming in at number 12 is the Stanford Prison Experiment, my fourth honorable mention. Michael Angarano and Ezra Miller give two of the best supporting actor performances of the year. They're totally going to get snubbed. And thanks, Academy. But everything about this movie was so eerie. The way it said so much about solitary confinement and dehumanizing a person. I love the way it was directed, the way it was shot. Everything about the Stanford Prison Experiment sent chills down my spine. This movie is the definition of a twisted, messed up movie, okay? That is number 12. Coming in at number 11. Number 11 and 10, I switched literally an hour before I started shooting this. Number 11 is a film from one of my favorite directors working today, and that is Sicario. Sicario just missed the list, but yet this is a highly gripping and riveting drug crime war thriller. I loved everything about Sicario. The pacing was slow, but it was so exciting at the same time. Emily Blunt, Benicio del Toro, amazing performances. The score, the cinematography by Roger Deakins is amazing. Also has one of the most exciting final 20 minutes I've seen in a film all year long. Sicario is a thriller to see for sure. Those are my honorable mentions, guys. Without further ado, let's get into my picks for the 10 best movies of 2015. Starting off this list with a bang is one of the most exhilarating theater experiences I had all year long. This movie, I'm still blown away by what I watched in this movie 2 days ago. Number 10 is The Revenant. Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu proves that he is a force to be reckoned with his newest film, The Revenant. Leonardo DiCaprio gives one of the best performances of this year, and he hardly says that much dialogue. Excellent job, good sir. You better win the Oscar. Okay, this is the most gorgeously shot movie I've seen all year long. One of the best shot movies I've seen in years. Emmanuel Lubezki is going to three-peat at the Oscars this year. I was so blown away by long takes, wide angles, gorgeous depth of field in shots. I was so impressed with The Revenant. It is an epic revenge tale that you just cannot get enough of. The Revenant is amazing. That is number 10. Coming in at number 9, I'm not going to hold up the poster for this movie because this movie's studio just got me a copyright strike. I'm going to hold it up for a second. Number 9 is Carol. That's it. Number 9 is Carol, a sweet yet hard romance movie between two women in the 1950s. That premise alone should sell you on this movie right off the bat. Rooney Mara and Cate Blanchett give two of the best performances of this year. This is a highly convincing 1950s period piece. I bought everything, set design, everything worked so well, added to my enjoyment in this movie. The writing is incredible. It says so much about marriage and love and aspiring to make something of one's life when they're very young. This movie also just might have the best ending of the year, in my opinion. I love it that much. Carol is number 9. Coming in at number 8, you guys begged me to see this one, and I just saw it yesterday. Just in time to make my list. It just cracked the list. Number 8 is Creed. Just like what I said with Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu, Ryan Coogler directed this movie, director of Fruitvale Station. He's another force to be reckoned with. Creed is a movie filled with such raw emotion. It is fierce, it is brutal, it hits you hard. The characters, the writing, everything is so deep and sucks you in from the minute you start watching this movie. Michael B. Jordan gives one of the best performances of the year. Sylvester Stallone is impeccable as Rocky, reprising his role. The fight sequences are gut-wrenching, they are harsh, and they are perfect for a boxing movie. And one of the best scenes of the year is that long take first fight in this movie. My mouth was on the floor. Creed is a fantastic film. Go see it. Coming in at number 7, the man, the myth, the legend himself is back, and he proves that he can still direct a kick-ass movie, and not one person got shot in the process. Not one character got shot in the process of making it. Coming in at number 7 is Bridge of Spies. Steven Spielberg, till this day, will forever be one of my favorite directors, and he still shows that the man still has it. A movie with such a fascinating premise and story. Excellent 3-act structure of a Cold War thriller without any actual physical violence, just back and forth dialogue. One of the best screenplays of the year. Tom Hanks is incredible. Mark Rylance gives one of the best supporting actor performances of this year. I was invested into these characters, into these relationships, into these conflicts throughout this entire movie. And Thomas Newman, my favorite composer of all time, gives one of the best scores of the year. I love Bridge of Spies. Excellent, excellent movie. Return to form for Spielberg for sure. Coming in at number 6, all you guys either hate this movie or love this movie. Yes, it's A New Hope just redone, but this is one of the most fun movies I've seen in a theater all year long. Guys, you know this had to make the list. Number 6 is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. The definition of the perfect, just action-packed, fun blockbuster to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the hell out of it. Star Wars: The Force Awakens blew me away from frame one to the last shot. I left the theater wanting nothing but more. Excellently crafted action sequences, practical effects, blow the chain off everything I've seen all year in a theater. Performances, John Williams' epic score back on the big screen. J.J. Abrams did a fantastic job during directing this movie. Twists galore in this movie. I cannot wait for the next installment. Star Wars: The Force Awakens is badass. Okay, that is number 6. Coming in at number 5, we have entered the top 5. That's right, guys. Number 5 is a movie a lot of you probably don't care for, but it is a movie I cannot stop thinking about since I've seen it in March. Number 5 is It Follows. It Follows may be marketed as a horror movie. It is one creepy as hell thriller. And what I love so much about this movie is every single hidden metaphor and message and subject, everything that they were trying to portray. Excellently done. I love everything that was interwoven throughout this entire movie. Excellent performances, excellent directorial effort from David Robert Mitchell. I hope I didn't mess up his name. The cinematography, the score, all gives you that 80s style feel. I love everything about It Follows. I love that last shot so freaking much. I cannot stop thinking about everything that It Follows was trying to say, and that's why this movie blew me away. That's number 5. Coming in at number 4, the most wildly entertaining fun I have had in a theater in I don't know how long is Quentin Tarantino's The Hateful Eight. Guys, The Hateful Eight just blew me away. One of the best theater experiences I've had all year by seeing this in 70mm film, projected in 70mm film. That's freaking amazing. Quentin Tarantino delivers and does not disappoint. The characters, the performances, everything is spot on. This movie is highly entertaining, over the top, violent, bloody, gory, and I love that. It is so hysterical, has some of the most funniest moments I've seen in a movie all year long. Production design, costumes, score, everything worked and clicked with The Hateful Eight. It is an experience you shall not forget. Go see this movie. That is number 4. Coming in at number 3, a 2-hour car chase. That's this movie. Number 3 is Mad Max Fury Road. George Miller deserves every award on the face of this planet for bringing us one of the best action movies we have had in years. When I first saw this movie, I thought it was okay. I've since rewatched it. This is one of my favorite movies of this year. Number 3, as a matter of fact. The performances, the characters are so well developed. The action, the practical effects, the cinematography, the pacing is all on point. The score, the world that is brought to life with Mad Max Fury Road. This is so frantically energetic and it does not stop. It is one hell of a ride. Fury Road is awesome. That is number 3. Coming in at number 2, 1 and 2 gave me the biggest emotional responses and affected me emotionally the most. That is why they are at 1 and 2. Coming in at number 2 is Pixar's return to form with Inside Out. Inside Out blew me away in every sense of the word. The characters, the voice acting, the story. It is such a powerful story about growing up and dealing and facing your own feelings. Okay, everything works. Gorgeous, stunning animation, astounding work from Pixar. The writing, the score by Michael Giacchino. It hits you in the feels. It's so emotionally powerful. I love everything about Inside Out. I laughed. I cried. This is the only movie I cried in all year long. Inside Out deserves this spot. I love this movie. And finally, guys, the best film of the year. The only film I gave a grade of an A+ for. That film, my friends, is Room. Room is the best movie of the year. An utterly emotional powerhouse. This movie affected me the most emotionally. It is the most unforgettable and most unexpectedly shocking movie I've seen in the theater all year long. Brie Larson gives the best female performance of the year. Jacob Tremblay is downright amazing. He is going places. The story says so much about isolation and dealing with demons and being a mother and what it means to be a mother and protect your son. This movie spoke to me in so many levels. It hit me hard. I cannot stop thinking about Room. It is the best movie I've seen all year long because of how I felt as I watched it. That is how I judge my number one. Room is the best movie of the year. Guys, thank you so much for watching my top 10. I gotta get out of here. What are your picks? Let me know down below. Bye, guys.